Hi, everyone. I'm Professor Shirey, and I'm going to be working with you this semester for English 104, otherwise known as Freshman English 3. Now, this video is created for my face-to-face courses, and you see this video on our Moodle page. You may notice that we are sharing our Moodle page with online students as well. So that's why I had to have two separate videos. The online students have a video that covers information that they would not be privy to otherwise because they will not be in the face-to-face setting. So I wanted, as I thought about it, normally I would cover this information face-to-face in this video. However, I know some of you may want to get a jump start or get ahead, or heaven forbid, maybe you can't attend one of our sessions or one of the first sessions. So I wanted you to have some information that would allow you to get started so you don't fall behind in the class and kind of familiarize yourself with my format on the Moodle page. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a minute and look at our Moodle page. And in the Start Here section, what you're watching right now is the welcome video for your group, which is the face-to-face section. What I'm going to do, let me turn off my editing because I don't want to confuse you. I want to do a student role. Okay, so this is what you see. And I want to start with the boxes on the right. So in all of our Moodle course pages, there are boxes on the right that allow you to track progress. And there are two kinds. There's a solid box, which allows you to check and self-check to say, hey, I'm done with that. And then there's the dotted box or dashed box. Now that has a criteria associated with it. So the criteria is not always the same, but it's quite often you have to open and read it, and or you have to submit something and get a grade. So in this case, with the course schedule, the requirement was that I had to download it and then open it up and read it. And so that's why it's self-checked for me. On these other ones, the solid ones, what you can do is after you've looked at each item and reviewed it, just go ahead and do a self-check so you can keep track of your progress through the module. In the Start Here section, obviously there's lots of resources, and although they are self-check, I will warn you, you do want to take a look at them. You are responsible for knowledge, and although I don't grade every item, the resources and informational items there are provided for a purpose. So it is in your best interest to review all of those items. There are two required items in this Start Here section. And those two items are down here, and they do say required participation activities. So these are the only two items that I'm going to be taking a grade on in this particular section. And the other reason they're very important is because you have to complete both of these items before Module 1 will open to you. So at the time of this video, I will have opened Module 1 and it's ready to go. You can go in, start working early, or just look it over. However, you will not have access to it until you complete both of these items. So you're going to want to get them both done very quickly. They're just mini lessons. And so when you click into them, they give you information page. And over here, you can see how many pages are on the lesson. And some of them are just plain information, and some of them have questions. So in order to get that check on these items, you have to have gone through every single page. You have to have answered every single question and then submit at the end. It will grade automatically. So word of warning, both of them have to have this check mark before you will have access to Module 1. Couple other things I want to point out to you on our Moodle page. The big thing is my office hours. So you can see my office block. I provide the day and the time, and I give you a hot link. All you have to do is click on that link, and it will take you to whatever, the Zoom room, and we can meet. Make sure you do it on the day and the time. I will also list on specific days and times my availability for in-person talking, which means you can come see me live at my office if you want to, and I'll give the office location on there. I'm not on site every single day. However, I am on campus several times, and I'll list the days and the times that I'm available. Now, as always, if you can't meet with me via Zoom at those times, simply send me an email. I'm happy to meet with you. However your schedule works, we can certainly work a time to meet with each other. Even though, even if you can't come to class and you want to talk with me, of course, we'll arrange a time to do that, okay? The other item I want to point out on our Moodle page, very important, is the grades. So the grades tab is over here, and you click on it and it's going to show you all the grades for the course. Now, of course, everything is a dash and there's not very much in there right now because, of course, at the time of this video, we have not yet logged in any grades. But just be aware, a dash means the instructor, me, has not yet entered a grade. So it's probably not due yet. And when you see zeros, if you see a 0 in the grade book, that means the due date's already passed. But do read the syllabus. I do take late work. There is a late credit policy, so make sure you read that. The other item I want to point out to you, and I'm going to have to click out of student, I'm going to go to my teacher role again, is I want to point out in the forums. Now in grades, where I was just at, in grades, it will give you feedback here from me if I make a comment. I don't always make a comment, but when I do, you'll see it. You'll see the grade and the feedback. The exception to that are forums. In the forums, and let me see if I can just find one really quickly. So like in this forum, to view comments from me in the forum. So sometimes I will comment when I do my grading. You need to click on, mine says grade users, but yours will say view grades. And the view grades allows you to see the grading rubric I use and the point structure, as well as then after the grades are posted, you'll see my feedback or comment. Now, again, I want to emphasize, I do not comment all the time on every single thing. However, when I do, that's where you're going to see it. So don't just look at grades, also look at view grades in the forum postings, and that will give you a more detailed breakdown of the grade. It'll show you the point structure, that kind of thing. You'll see the overall grade up here in grades for the forums. You'll see it listed and you'll see a grade for it, but you won't see feedback and you won't see the point values. So you do have to go into forums to find that information. I think that's it for the face-to-face. I will cover some more information in class, but overall, that's a good way to get started. So once you have these 2 items completed and they've checked off, Module 1 opens, you may get started on that right away. As always, during this semester, I encourage you to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Happy to help you in any way I can. And thanks for joining me on your learning journey for English 104.